Harris Insurance Services is a full-service, what we call property and casualty and life and health insurance agency, which means that we do business insurance, we do personal insurance for individuals like auto and home, life insurance, disability, health insurance, as well as dental insurance. Harris Insurance was founded in 1991 as a full-service insurance agency in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for the purpose of serving the needs of the Philadelphia business as well as community. The church insurance program is a specific small business program that I put together about 5 or 6 years ago in order to help churches in Philadelphia obtain affordable and comprehensive insurance coverage that they need to protect themselves and their members. Well, there's several issues that are facing the church, especially within the Philadelphia area, being an urban area. One of the reasons I put together the church insurance program was to address these issues. One issue, of course, is cost. One of the problems in Philadelphia, some of the churches, you have a dwindling congregation with large buildings. And the companies usually every year going up a little with their premiums, but these churches with the small congregations are having problems of affordability when it comes to these coverages. Because you can imagine you have a building worth $2, $3, or $4 million. Well, you have to insure those buildings. And some companies won't let you insure less than what we call the replacement cost, which is the cost to rebuild it, basically what it might cost to do with big stones and mortars and towers and things of that nature. So a lot of the churches are having a problem with that affordability. The other scenario that I've seen as far as with issues with church insurance in Philadelphia is not having the right coverage. A lot of these churches have these mystery agents they haven't seen in 5, 10, 15 years. They've never come out to the church to do a presentation to the pastors, the ministers, or the trustee or the deacon boards to educate them or to edify them, to let them know exactly what this coverage is, what's covered under the church, and make sure they all understand that. So a lot of times the church might have a loss, but don't even know that he had coverage for it. And one of the most common ones I've seen was something called equipment breakdown, when the church furnace breaks down. And of course, you know how bad that can be during the winter time. And all the time they had a coverage in the policy called equipment breakdown that could have been used to repair the furnace or replace it if necessary. Not like a warranty, but basically is to help fix the furnace if there's a mechanical problem, not wear and tear. But that's just an example of one of the things, one of the issues that are facing churches. And of course, one of the last issues is that they're in an urban area, sometimes the high crime, and because of that, a lot of companies don't even want to write in certain parts of Philadelphia. So those are three of the issues that I found that are facing a lot of the churches in Philadelphia and vicinity. Well, what I've done over the last few years, I've searched out and found a number of companies that are willing to address the needs of small churches. I mean, it could be a small storefront, it could be a small church that's maybe even renting a building for their services, that these companies, such as Hartford, Philadelphia Insurance, Travelers, Towers, Gladfelter Religious Practices, and even God One. Sometimes these companies might be good for you now, but what we do at Harris Insurance, you might be with Philadelphia Insurance today, we'll place you with God One tomorrow because God One is cheap right now. Then, well, 2 years from now, God One is not cheap anymore, then we'll put you with Philadelphia Insurance. Harris Insurance is a brokerage, and a lot of people are not familiar with the brokerage scenario. A lot of times they're familiar with just having like one agent that has one product, like State Farm or Nationwide. But as a brokerage, we have the ability to work for you, the ability to go out and find the right company and product that's suitable for your needs. And that's one thing we do with the church insurance program. We've put together some great packages that will address all of your needs, your building, your contents, your liability. And liability is one of the bigger issues that are facing churches in Philadelphia. Of course, every now and then you have a church that catches on fire or might have a theft, but one of the largest and fastest growing claims in the Philadelphia area, believe it or not, is trip and fall. And that's where your liability coming in. Some churches might go out and get Fair Plan because they think they can't afford a full package. Well, Fair Plan does not cover your liability coverages. Also under your liability is another important coverage, is your pastoral liability. A lot of pastors don't have that coverage, so what happens? You do maybe a marriage counseling or maybe some type of drug counseling, and something goes wrong, you get sued, and because you don't have any pastoral liability and coverage, now you have no way to pay to defend yourself. Because one of the things that liability and coverage covers is also the defense costs. Now, we don't know if you're going to win or you're going to lose, but in the meantime, how do you pay for those legal bills if the church or the pastor is faced with a lawsuit? Another coverage that we sometimes find out that churches don't have is directors and officers. The main individuals that a lot of times are in charge of taking care of the church business, deacons and trustees and treasurers and secretaries, they don't have coverage. If something happens and they want to hold those individuals responsible, a coverage called directors and officers specifically protects those individuals in the church, such as deacons and trustees, for any type of mishap that might happen. Another coverage is starting to become very popular is because of different things going on. It's called employment practices liability. A lot of churches are growing. It used to be a time you had a volunteer who did the janitorial work, volunteer who was the minister of music. Now a lot of churches, because of the growth, have full-time employees or part-time employees. Employment practice liability protects the church if they're sued by an employee who thinks they've been wrongly discharged. I'll give you a good example. Recently, I was at a conference and the thing came up dealing with same-sex marriage in Pennsylvania. So an example could be, what about if you have a particular employee and maybe they have an alternative lifestyle and they're fired, not because of the alternative lifestyle, but because they're just not a good employee. Well, they could turn around and say, hey, you fired me because of my alternative lifestyle. And under your other liability coverages, it's not covered. You would need something called employment practice liability in order to address that particular scenario. So all these different exposures, all these different coverages are coming up. So we've bundled a lot of these coverages in the church insurance program. Some are part of the basic package, but a lot of them you can just add on if you would like. Another coverage also, which is increasing, is the church liability, church auto liability that covers, of course, church vans. What we do a lot of times, instead of packaging it together with the church, we do it separately with another commercial auto company. That way, if you have an accident in the church van, it won't affect the premiums of the church. There's something that we call loss runs, or it's like your claim history for your churches. And companies now look back 5 years on your claim history. If you have 2 or 3 or 4 claims, that makes it harder for you to get insurance, and it makes your premiums even higher.
Okay.
Well, Harris Insurance, we're full service, so we do auto insurance. We represent 5 or 6 auto insurance companies, as well as homeowners like Travelers, Hartford, Encompass, MetLife, Auto and Home, Tower Insurance, and various other companies that could address your auto or homeowners insurance need. We do life insurance. We do disability insurance. We do group health insurance with Aetna as well as Blue Cross Blue Shield. We also do individual insurance that either you can get through the health insurance exchange, what we also call the Affordable Health Care Act, or some people call Obamacare. We have that also. And we also have a specific individual dental plan. Now, if you ever tried to get dental insurance individually, you probably experienced how hard it was. But in cooperation with the Black Clergy of Philadelphia, we have a dental plan that was sponsored by the Black Clergy of Philadelphia. This is an individual plan with group coverages, immediate coverage, no waiting period, and no maximum. And the premiums start as low as $19 a month. A great plan and great dental coverage. So also, and besides our personal, we also do business insurance, like churches, like schools, daycares, barbers, hair salons. We have a great contractors program. If you're an artisan, like a plumber or electrician, we have a great program with low down payment, affordable monthlies. Harris Insurance has basically, over the last 22, 23 years, we've broadened our stretch of products and services that we offer. I have several licensed insurance agents that can help you in any particular area, as well as myself. I've been in insurance for over 34 years. I'm a graduate of Howard University Center for Insurance and Risk Management. I'm a certified estate planner. I'm a certified senior advisor, certified long-term care specialist. I also have a certificate of general insurance from the Insurance Institute of America and many years of experience in claims, risk management, and sales and marketing in the insurance area.
How can people contact you?
Great. One way to contact me, you can give us a call, 215-292-2030. It's a phone number. Again, I'll repeat it, 215-292-2030. You also can go to our website. Very easy, davidharrisinsurance.com. If you know my name, David Harris, then you know our website, davidharrisinsurance.com. You can also email me if you would like. My email address is hdfharris1@aol.com. So that's H as in Harris, D as in David, F as in Frank, Harris, the number 1, at AOL.com. And for all those who reach out to me via email or our website, especially for the churches, we have our sample church insurance program brochure. Within the brochure, it lets you know a lot about Harris Insurance, the companies we represent, and a lot of the churches in Philadelphia that we've saved hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on their annual premium. Okay, so just call me, send me an email. You can send me a text at the same number, to 215-292-2030. If you would like, you can also contact me via email, and I'll be more than happy to get one of these packages out to you or your trustee or your pastor, anybody at your church. Okay?